Why did my food delivery driver think he could scam me? This guy Dylan had been delivering to my apartment for months, always seemed friendly, made small talk about the weather, asked how my day was going. Yesterday, he shows up with my usual Thai food order. I usually tip Dylan in cash $20 every time, because I know drivers work hard. But this time I'd selected the option to tip in the app instead, just to mix things up. But then he pulls out his phone with this confused look. Hey, I'm really sorry to bother you, but the app is acting weird tonight. It didn't process your tip properly on my end. Would you mind adding it through the app real quick? I was confused, but figured technology glitches happen all the time. So I pulled out my phone and added another $8 tip through the DoorDash app. He waited while I did it, thanked me profusely, and left with that same friendly smile. But something felt off. Why would he need to see me add the tip? Later that night, I was doing my usual budget check and pulled up my bank statement. 2 charges from DoorDash within 3 minutes of each other, both for tips. This friendly dude had been double dipping tips, probably from dozens of unsuspecting customers who trusted him. But here's the thing Dylan didn't know about me. I work in fraud detection for a major credit card company. This is literally what I do for a living. So I did what any fraud investigator would do. I pulled up his delivery history. I started with DoorDash, then moved to Uber Eats and Grubhub. Same Dylan, same profile picture, same friendly reviews from customers. But when I dug deeper into the patterns, I found something disturbing. Customer complaints buried in the review sections. Charged me twice for tip. Said app didn't work. I calculated rough estimates based on his delivery volume and complaint frequency. He was probably stealing around $200 negative $300 per week from trusting customers who thought they were being helpful. I documented everything. Screenshots of the double charges, timestamps, his delivery confirmations. I cross-referenced his active accounts across all major delivery platforms. Then I sent detailed reports to the fraud departments at DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. Professional to professional, with all the evidence laid out perfectly. Within 48 hours, he was permanently banned from all 3 platforms. His entire gig economy career destroyed. The same friendly guy who thought he could steal my $8 tip just lost his entire livelihood and got hit with a federal tax investigation. 3 days later, my phone buzzes. Text from Dylan. Hey, I think there was a misunderstanding about the other night. Can we work this out? I really need these jobs back. I replied, sure Dylan, I'll see you in court. But the story doesn't end there. When you mess with the wrong person, the consequences keep coming. A week later, I got a call from a detective with the local police department. Apparently, my report had triggered a larger investigation into organized delivery fraud in our city. Dylan wasn't working alone. He was part of a network of drivers who had been systematically scamming customers across multiple platforms for months. The detective asked if I'd be willing to testify about my experience. Of course I said yes. During the investigation, they discovered Dylan had been using fake identities on some platforms, collecting tips under different names to avoid detection. They also found out he'd been keeping detailed records of which customers were easy marks, people who tipped well in cash and were likely to fall for the double tip scam. My name was on that list, tagged as trusting, tips $20 plus cash regularly. The whole network got busted. 6 drivers arrested, thousands of dollars in stolen tips recovered, and multiple felony charges filed. But here's my favorite part of this whole story. 2 months later, I'm at the restaurant picking up my own takeout because, I don't trust delivery drivers anymore. The owner recognizes me and says, hey, you're the guy who got that scammer arrested. That Dylan guy was stealing from us too, pocketing cash orders and reporting them as unpaid. Turns out he'd been running scams on the restaurants too, not just the customers. The owner gave me my meal for free and said I was welcome anytime. So Dylan, if you're reading this from whatever job you managed to find after getting blacklisted, from the entire gig economy, I hope it was worth it. You tried to steal $8 from the one person in this city who could destroy your entire operation.